clown bullshit. Like, that's what the expert should have did. This whole, do you choose her? Do you choose her today? Like, fuck today. You know what I'm saying? Fuck today. Like, what does today have to do with anything?
Right.
Like, now, that's why everybody was like, what a joke. Okay, but tomorrow, in 10 minutes, 5 days from now, what, like, you're fleeting. You're a fleeting man. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today is all about Married at First Sight, season 20. We are discussing episodes 13, 14, and 15. We are talking about all the couples in this episode except for Mecca and Bella. So if you have not seen that recap, we had a great discussion about them. Go check that out. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode, make sure y'all like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell, and be in the comments and let us know your thoughts, because everybody, so many thoughts across all of these couples. But let's start with Filipe and Tori. Like, they got in his ass and they needed to. Yeah,
most definitely. They needed to get all the way up in there. Okay. Yeah. I don't think they got in there enough. And I think some of, even like the way the expert got in there was like, I'm trying to almost like reprimand you instead of just calling him out and just saying you're full of shit. Like, who did it? Adam and Cameron? They're the ones who said no. Clown bullshit. Like, that's what the expert should have did. Like, bro, F all it is that you talking about. Like, this whole, do you choose her? Do you choose her today? Like, fuck today. You know what I'm saying? Fuck today. Like,
no, facts.
What does today have to do with anything?
Right.
Like, now, that's why everybody was like, what a joke. Okay, but tomorrow, in 10 minutes, 5 days from now, what, like, you're fleeting. You're a fleeting man.
Yeah. No, facts. I literally said that same thing. I was like, why are you giving him an excuse? You're giving him an out. Yeah. Because this is what he want to do. He want to just focus on the moment, and he doesn't want to commit. A commitment is, I'm in this, okay?
Yes.
So I hated that he gave him that. I do think that, you know, to defend the expert just a little bit. What's his name? Paul, yeah.
Is it Paul?
I thought he hit the nail on the head when he was just like, you're not committed. You're not all in. You're bullshitting. The only part I thought that he kind of got off the rails is when he was like, now you disrespecting me. I was like, it got a little personal. It's like, I need you to take yourself out of it a little bit. And I recognize that he needs to commit. And I thought everything he was saying beforehand about, like, you're not mature. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You're not at a space where you're ready for marriage. That's the issue. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. And Cameron was at the table like, it's about, are you ready? Yeah. It ain't about whether you like Tori. He keep like, I hate that she doesn't think that I like her. It's not about whether he thinks Tori's good versus great. It's about him and if he's ready for marriage. So I thought that the expert did a great job of flashing the spotlight on him, and then we got a little lost. You know what I'm saying? He started moving that thing around. So
got lost because he's lost, and you weren't going to get to the destination that you thought you were going to get to with this one. Why? Because he's not there. He's not on the road, and if he is, windshield wipers are not working. It's mud and bullshit all over the goddamn windshield. It's no vision here. There's no vision, no commitment, no future thinking, no, like, there's nothing there. That man wants to go out, have a good time. The moment he said anything about passion and then followed it up in the next meeting about, I want to fuck a lot of bitches, it should have been over right there.
Yeah.
When they sat down with the expert one-on-one, and he was like, if it was emotional manipulation, we would have asked you to leave the experience. I was like, no, you should ask him to leave the experience right now, because he's saying he's not ready for marriage.
Yes.
Which you knew as experts. Again, we could go back to all of the pre-show behaviors he was displaying that showed that man wasn't ready. And when he had his excuse, and the reason why he could not show up like a mature man was because he was out all fucking night. And that man tried to say, I can show up for the things that are important, but you could not show up for this on time. The warning signs were there. Dismiss his ass immediately.
Yes. No.
Immediately.
I agree.
Like, there's no reason for him to be here.
No reason at all. And I thought Tori, it's interesting. All the things she was saying, even the emotional manipulation. You know, I am no psychologist, but I'm like, I think he's doing it to keep homegirl, pacified a little bit, but while he makes up his mind, because when
Yes.
she said that he likes me enough to continue the process, but not enough to commit to marriage or something, I'm like, ding, ding, ding. That's the shit that a
Right.
lot of women deal with when you're dealing with a man who has commitment issues, is that they want you here for now. That's what in the moment, that shit don't mean nothing. It's like,
Don't
yeah,
mean
they
a
want
damn
you here
thing.
for now. I've dated someone who wanted me as a perpetual girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? They don't want things to change. They don't want you to get closer. They don't want to relinquish some of the freedoms of being a single man or even a
Yes.
boyfriend. They're like, I'll commit to you as a boyfriend, but not trying to do the step of what being a husband requires. And so she called him man selfish. She said, like, why are you here for the process? Like Felipe.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Get
It's
off our
crazy work.
screens.
Yes. It's
Get off our
clown
screens.
behavior. Anytime. I think the expert said, like, when a man vacillates, they are not ready.
It's
And
about
that's,
him.
yes. And there are men who get married and they were in a vacillating period. But it's like, as a woman, the one thing we got on our side is intuition. You know what I'm saying? And if your intuition is not pointing you in a direction of clarity, that man ain't ready for the marriage. That man ain't ready to commit to the bit, and you need to leave his ass alone.
Yeah.
Like, Felipe, this is an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Like,
It's interesting how he got
yeah.
here,
The one thing I did want to bring up, because you mentioned the manipulation thing and how they wanted to clear that up. They wanted to clear that up for TV because they didn't want to potentially be responsible that they allowed someone to be in this experience that could be labeled as emotionally manipulative. So he did that whole, let me educate you on the word and the phrase. You don't have to have malicious intent to be manipulating someone.
Yeah.
It's the lack of consideration here that's happening that is creating this idea of manipulation that that's all we need to be focusing on. We don't need to focus on Tori's definition or education of the term or what manipulation is. I thought that was a waste of however many minutes they spent on that conversation, because I'm like, get to the point.
Yeah, because when she said it, I was like, yeah, Tori, I agree with you. Every time Tori speaks, she says she has such clarity. And so I agree with her a lot. But also, I do, and I see it. I've done it. But I do wonder why she hasn't called it,
Yeah, I wonder why too, especially at this point. She seems like somebody who wants to gather information. Like, I don't know where the part of like clarity for her is not showing up, because I'm like, there's enough here for you to be like, yeah, okay, actually, I'm just not going to deal with it. I don't know what it is that she's seeking to go ahead and make a decision at this point. I don't know if she's like, well, we're so close to the end, so it's whatever. I don't know, because there's enough information here to say you can leave, especially when you see another couple that's left. At that point, I thought they were going to be the next ones out the door.
No, I don't know who I thought was going to go next. I was like, somebody though. When they flipped over to Nikki and Sean, I was like, oh God.
Yes.
Right. But on this, the only thing I can say, in the experiences I've had when I've stayed beyond the time I should have, love is a and I'm not trying to say she loves him, but really liking someone or whatever, it breeds hope. It breeds hope. And so I think that that's literally what it is. I think that she's must be just really liking him and hoping that, like, can this be enough of a wake up call that he gets himself together? Because I think outside of that, he is what she's looking for. I mean, that's what she. Look, I'm based off of what she seemed to like him. She seemed to whatever. Yeah. I think he's what she's looking for. So I think it's just like, if you can fix this one thing, we could have this happily ever after. But she did speak a little bit about him and his mama doing all the things,
having no independence, no vision. Child, I felt like I was literally talking to myself in that conversation, because I've been in a situation like that where you can really stunt someone's development when you keep stepping in to do things for them. And it fosters sometimes a space for a woman to step into that place
Mm-hmm.
of mothering, because I have done that, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, oh well, this is just what you're used to, and like this is
Mm-hmm.
how you see love, so let me just do all the things. But when she said it, and then she had that conversation with him about stepping up and doing more with the dog, even her like demeanor and tone, and that was like, I'm not sure if you could do it. And I just feel like
Mm.
even if she did say yes to this experience, like you're gonna look at him as a coward.
Mm-hmm.
Like he
Yeah.
can't. Like you look at him and you say he can't. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that is how oftentimes we as women view men like that. Like he can't. Like, and that's
Yeah.
just, it's not attractive at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
You lose respect. You lose
Yes.
respect.
Yeah. And then he wanted defense. He wanted to be defended in the group session, and
I
the
know.
way she just stood there, I said, you know what? Tori, call me girl so we can go sit down and have a chit chat. You my type of girl. I liked her. I liked her.
Yeah.
He said, you won't get it from me.
I
You
know.
won't get it from me, brother, sister, whatever you won't get it from me.
And she almost like looked at the camera, like looked at us, like y'all see
Yeah.
this shit? Y'all see this? I'm not making this up. Like, what is this? Because how
Yeah.
you gonna want defense? Look. How you gonna want defense when I'm the victim? I'm supposed to come out
Literally.
my victimhood and defend you for the shit you doing to me, motherfucker. Stop, okay?
Yes.
Stop.
Yes.
Like, it's a problem. It's a
Yes,
problem.
it is. It
Because
is.
and I was like, oh God, not him. I would have liked, especially when you know it's not true. Because I think he's gonna be arguing with her next episode or saying something like that. Like when you know it's not true. Did he say that this episode or next episode? I girl is getting confused.
I don't know,
But
but
I'm like,
yeah,
you
whatever.
can't.
Like,
It is true. It's like, what are you talking about that you know it's not true? It is true. All these
yes.
people are talking about is bringing up what you said. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Your indecisiveness around marriage, your indecisiveness as to whether you think you're ready or not. What did they say outside of it? I mean, Adam called you a clown, but
Rightfully
like
so.
aside from that, it was kind of a joke. Him and Adam were going at each other a little bit tonight, and I was like, what is this about? Where did this come from? You know? Did you notice that they kind of? I'm like, it seemed like it stepped out of just we're joking and into like we sideways taking a little bit of shots at each other, but yeah. You know,
Yeah.
like it's like they're keeping that same jovial energy. But I'm like, okay, that was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. They could just be wanting to make TV. And,
Maybe.
You know, that's why it still has a jovial energy.
But Devin saying like, "Fuck you, Felipe."
Oh yeah, no,
Because I'm
for
like,
real.
Felipe talking shit about everybody
Yes.
else. All up in everybody else is like, well, bitch, sit down
Right.
and fix your own shit, okay?
Fix your own shit, please. And thank you. And the problem I be having with men sometimes, and really it's not just men, because Caitlyn has shown up the same way. You think you can do one or two things and it's supposed to glaze over this
Yeah.
fundamental issue that we are having.
Yeah.
You already have an issue with love bombing, Felipe. So you coming to take me on this little romantic date and show me a picture of our
Yeah.
wedding day, and to put me in a little sauna thing is not supposed to all of a sudden show me that you're ready for marriage. It does not show up in the dates. You
Yeah.
can plan a date. You've been doing that. We know that you can plan a date. That's not the issue that I had. I did not
Yeah.
speak to romance. I did not speak to whether or not you plan things and you can I didn't speak to none of that shit.
Mhm.
My issue with you is you are saying you want to go out and have non-monogamy because you're not ready for a marriage. So how do
Yeah.
you show up as a partner to show me that's not what you're ready to do? Are you
Yeah.
going to therapy?
Yeah.
Are you telling me about how you're thinking through things and processing things and what's changing in your mind from a day to day? Are you getting deeper about what your values are that are going to keep you from operating in this other desire that you're having? Like, it's like, where do y'all be when you hurt somebody or you do something and then you think a date is
Mhm.
supposed to just make it all go away and say, I'm trying,
Yeah.
I did better. She's not sticking up for me when she knows that there's been changes. A date is not a change.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
bare minimum, bitch. You should be taking me
Yeah.
on a goddamn date.
I know, right?
Especially when I look this fucking good. It benefits you to take me on a motherfucking date.
I know you might look. Yeah, I was say you might attract the bitches that you want. It's like
Right. But another thing I was thinking of this episode, he had mentioned that he was surprised when Tori brought up the issues of like not doing things around the house, and how her life is now harder being with him. And he
Mm.
was like, I'm just surprised that I'm not showing up to be a great husband. Why would you think that you were showing up to be a great husband when you don't even know if you want to be a husband? I don't understand Felipe and where his mind is at. It's like, I really want to sit down and be like, are you underdeveloped? Because
No.
like,
Facts.
make it make
Teenage.
sense. Like, what is happening here? Like, just basic vocabulary and verbal comprehension would tell you that the two things don't exist. You
Yeah.
can't say you don't know if you think because you like Tori that makes you ready for marriage. You
Yeah.
don't understand the covenant of marriage. And that
Yeah.
takes me all the way back to our initial conversation with them on just values. He don't have a value set, point blank period. That's why when you were saying earlier, you think that there's other things. I don't know what Tori likes about Felipe at this
Hmm.
point. Like, there's
Hmm.
not even to
I
be
mean, I
funny, but I
think
just don't think there's anything to like about him besides maybe the fact that he got money. I can, if he has money, I don't know,
yeah,
but
because then she talked about the fam. She was like, she called it a family restaurant. I was like, hold up, I thought Felipe owned this thing. I thought
oh no, I knew
Felipe.
it was a family restaurant. It's just bringing in bank. Yeah, I knew it was a family restaurant.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
I thought
this
he owned it. I thought he.
the
I
way
thought
he
he
be
owned
going
it.
out and showing up whenever he wants to, it's giving family restaurant. It's giving family. It ain't giving he's GM because he worked his way from being a server or a host. It sure ain't giving
No,
that.
I thought he just owned it because like he went into business to be a restaurant tour, whatever they're called, and
No.
he owned it. But anyway, it brings color to him in the immaturity.
Yeah.
If I think about it as a family, because she was like, his dad got him this job, some job he had before, and I'm like, hold up, what? Like, it brings
Yeah.
a whole picture of
Mhm.
immaturity,
He
in
has
my
not
view, to
worked.
him.
Yeah, and him not working for things and like just low key just being baby through his
Hmm.
life. You know, she mentioned the mom decorated the
Hmm.
apartment X, Y, and Z. It brought
Hmm.
me to that conversation they had on the couch where he was like, I really like you, Tori, and I'm really trying. It's like, man up and have a conversation. Like, without this baby voice, it's just, Felipe,
Yeah.
done. Sick. I mean,
Yeah.
never end, to be quite honest. He been
No
done.
facts.
But
Uh,
yeah, this
I
is,
think what I was going to say earlier is that, like, I think the issue with this all for him is that it's been phrased as this, do you think she's great enough? And they need to stop doing that. And they need to focus it back on him and his own personal issues, because there's psychological things going on for people as to what's happening in those scenarios. And so there is a reason why you want to be all outside. You know what I'm saying? There is a reason. And so you
hmm
need to get to the heart of that, and you need to be in therapy. You need to, that's the work that he needs to be doing, because if he's not doing that, then you're not getting to the problem. So he keeps, I think the reason when you were saying like why he doing this date, I think he's thinking that I have to show you that I really like you, but really liking her
yeah,
is not the problem. It's not the
yeah,
problem. It's
straight up.
not at all. It's the fact that you don't have the self-discipline to move forward in this situation committed to each other, and you also do not have the desire
Right.
to not fuck other bitches. I mean, not
Okay.
even desire. What am I trying to say? Because everybody gonna have the desire. I'm trying to say you haven't made the decision that being with one woman is better for you
Yeah.
in your life. And maybe that does have something to do with her. Like I'm saying, like when he's saying she's good versus not great, maybe there is something about like her, but I think it's a teensy little bit about
Yeah.
her, whether he's feeling like that's better than being out in the streets. I think it's mostly
hmm
about him.
Definitely it's all about him.
Yeah, I know. I should take that shit out.
Yeah.
Take that shit out the episode. It's like, you can leave it in. But yeah, I agree. It's all about him. It's all about
Yeah.
him.
This
But
is the
it's just like
jazz.
if you have to decide if you're in a space in your life where for the right
hmm
person,
Yeah.
you think that's worth giving up all the booty, and
Yeah.
she yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. Okay, should we go ahead and move into Sean and Nikki?
Yeah. I cringe every time. I cringe every time. And I'm like, Nikki, girl, stop forcing yourself to live this life. Stop it.
Now, I will say there was a shift, okay? Because that first kiss they had when they were just making out right after the date, she wasn't touching him. She wasn't touching him. He was rubbing all on her butt, and she just standing there after their little night of quote unquote sexual compatibility, but no sex, whatever happened. She, was like, ooh, it's a little banana or something, and was on him and had her arm around him. So there was a difference in body language for sure.
I think.
And she said they were sexual compatible, and he walked out with his
no!
thanks slanging.
I was like, I need y'all to stop this, okay?
I was like, did they have a conversation to communicate to us that he's packing? Maybe they wanted to make sure everybody knew it's not a deficit for Sean. Sean is not in a deficit.
I don't care. I wouldn't even care. I promise you, he could be number one, okay?
Sean said it's swinging. Okay.
I don't care.
You see me swinging. No, like for real. That is what
it must have been, because I'm like, why the heck he walking out here with his, like, what is he trying to show us? Maybe that they've done something or whatever? She clarified, oh, we haven't done anything, but we did move in a good direction. I think that what you're saying makes sense. That must be what it is. Maybe he's packing or something like that. And so she feels
said
like
sexual compatible. So I was like, okay, so she feels like there's enough there, okay? And but that I think that did increase the attraction for her. I do. From how she showed up the next time, It's
so gross. I promise you.
The way she touched him, I said, oh, this is an improvement, baby, because she would not put her hands on him anytime they kiss. It's very friendly looking. This
how I watched the episode.
After that night. That next one, the body language changed. She rubbing all around him, got her arm fully around him. The body language changed, okay? For Nikki, size matters. Nikki said, oh, I could work with this. I could work with this.
I promise you I would not care. Like, I promise you I would not care. It is that, oh my God. Like,
Big Daddy came out that night, okay? Whatever happened. I think something happened.
I mean, I think that I agree with you, because he was the one that was naked when he walked out. I agree with you that it's probably something that she feels comfortable with, the size. Whatever size he has, she feels comfortable. And that's what is like, okay. But I just... I'm like, will she be able to live with this decision forever? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
I don't know.
I just feel like certain things, like, you may, look, I'm trying to save her from herself, because it's like, child, like, it's not just that. It's not like, you got to live with yourself. Can you live with yourself and look at yourself in the morning, day after day, and be like, I chose this man. I don't care if he is packing.
Yeah,
like,
so I'm telling you, it can change some things. It can change some things. It can. Sexual compatibility can change things, I think. When you realize that you can be pleased and touched as a woman in a certain way, I think it...
Look, I'm not trying to say... Look, I don't even know what to say, because I'm like, I'm dipping back.
I've had an experience like that. That's why I'm like, I get it. Where it was a guy that, like, he wasn't like unattractive to me, but it just wasn't at that 100%. Like, let me jump your bones. But we had an encounter, and it wasn't penetration. But I was like, oh, this man know how to touch a woman, and that was an experience I had not had before. Where I was like, oh. Okay, like I could. I guess I'm just saying. So I literally, like, when that happened, I was like, oh, she had one of them type of encounters, maybe, because
I don't know. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Like.
Because everything before that moment, she literally, like, even the whole, like, Lady in the Tramp moment, she wasn't even trying to get their mouths to touch. Like, again, the kissing, she's just standing there, he rubbing on her booty, and she just, but after, I was just not expecting her to be so linked into him. That's the first time I really saw her lean into him and, like, initiate. So I was like, oh. something happened. Something happened.
Yeah, I mean, it is interesting. I couldn't. And I will say this, like, it may be because like every time I've had the experience you're talking about, I've had the that experience, but not attached to somebody who I didn't think was attractive. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like I've had the experience of like, oh, being realizing like, oh, this person knows how to just touch in a
Yeah.
way that's just like, whoa, this is amazing. But it was someone who I already was feeling, and I was just like, oh, you trying to send me to the moon, like. And
Right.
so I've never had that experience with, because it's like, you know how sometimes you will like somebody and it's like, oh, if they're not great, I could still do you know, I mean, they're not like, if we could teach each other, like Devin and Caitlin were talking about. Like, you can teach and you coach or whatever, and so you don't know what somebody's coming with, but you might already have like, and that's where I was with that person. And then it was like, oh, boom, like they know how to do all the things, and so this is better than I thought.
Yeah.
So I can get, but I've never ever had somebody who I was like on the fence about, and that shit flipped me the other way. I have never, and especially not no size, because like, not trying to say nothing, but like, I feel like I rarely see small. I often see larger, and I've had some bad larger. I've had some, so it's like that wouldn't do it for me. Like, it just wouldn't, like. Cause
Well, they didn't
like,
have sex.
I need.
So I'm assuming.
I'm saying like
had,
them seeing it,
Yeah.
seeing it wouldn't do it for me. It's like I need the man that's attached to it to do it for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That little extra piece, that's the piece. But it's like, you gotta come with the energy, and he could never, ever have me screaming nothing. Okay, I don't care how big it is. He could never, and I just cringe. I watched him, and I literally watched it the whole time, like just.
Yeah. Well, you know, some women are penetrative and some are like more stimulation sensitive. So it kind of depends on the type of woman you are. For real. Some women need to feel it in their gut to know that they're having good sex, and some need to feel like they're being like aroused by the sensation of things. So I'm just saying.
Because I don't want to get
I
too
need
much
both. No, let me stop.
I know. No, I'm gonna say this.
What you mean? Drop it in the comments. Let us know, sisters. What you mean? Let the men know.
Somebody the last time was like, hide your kids, hide your wife. X-ray. Nikki and Sean.
The kids don't need to be watching the show anyway. So you definitely don't need to be watching the podcast talking about
right.
The show.
But I think this is Nikki and Sean is who got us there last time.
Yeah, we got in trouble. So sorry, sis. So sorry.
But yeah, no. It's not even. I will say, like, I guess I was just gonna say, like, overall.
I get it. The attraction has not been there the entire time.
I think she's making a decision. I think she's making a decision with her brain.
Yeah.
An intellectual decision that she needs to be like moving with like vibes a little bit. I know he tried to come for Adam talking about vibes. They need some vibes. You know what I'm saying? In my view. And I feel like, yes, this corny aspect is a piece of Nikki, but is that what you want to double down into your life with? And I'm not trying to say it in a sense of, I'm just using corny to capture them, you know. They get, that's the most I've seen her smile when they was talking about them, that we could investment properties, and she's like,
yeah, no, for real, that really got her. That like, got her.
Yes, she like
language.
It's like, is that the lane? I mean, I understand we all want to be able to build with our partner. You know what I'm saying? We all want that, but is that your highest priority? Because yes. If
for
that's
some
your highest priority,
it is. She initially said she wanted somebody making $250,000. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm trying to see what he making though, for real, because that house it hit. Bruh, the house wasn't giving that. It wasn't. You know, I know, man.
No, but he's higher up in education, so I'm gonna assume he got a little bit, and then of course, you know, if you know what you're doing with your money, you can flip it and dip it in.
And he seems
because I know some people in education making some good money.
But I also. It's something about him. It's like usually the life match a little bit. And it's something about him and his personality and his arrogance that I could see him posturing a little bit in a way that he has certain things but he doesn't or whatever.
Yeah.
Because like, where you a provost at HBCU, and I'm not trying to knock us because love HBCUs, but the pay scale ain't the same. It ain't the same.
It's not the same. But I don't think he's working at an HBCU.
Where he at?
And because they're in where are they?
Seattle. Ain't no HBCU.
Ain't no HBCU in Seattle. One
with for miles.
Yeah. Two. Dang, what was I about to say? Oh, and two. Don't they check statements because the expert, the guy said in Mecca's.
But I guess I'm trying to say, did they cut the corner with that a little bit because they couldn't find what she was looking for?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they had to have been at least close. So,
but I guess like 200,000,
200, maybe not. Like,
but I guess 200,000. What am I trying to say? Like,
as a university provost, I'm sure he's making 200,000.
You think?
I think he's up there.
Yeah.
I know directors of
me
just
off.
department who are making like 250, 280. So
Hold on. You know what?
I know people who are directors in high schools making that. So depending on the school. This ain't this not a public school. So let me start there. But
yeah,
like in education, there is money to be made for sure.
Yeah. I guess I'm trying to understand what this house is about. Like somebody pointed out, I think it was Coco Mocha, but I'm not sure like 100% if it was her. But somebody pointed out the fact that his refrigerator was white. And I'm like, bruh, that is like a white
refrigerator.
Like for real, like that's a white refrigerator. Between 2000 and 2010, like we phased out of that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to... I'm not ashamed of having a white refrigerator or whatever. I'm just trying to say that it indicates different income brackets. Stainless steel is where the people at. You know what I'm saying? That's where they at. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something about it don't add up to me. And I like to stick with the stuff that don't add up. But who knows? He might just be putting it all into his investment portfolio and stuff. I can see that too.
Yeah. If I just don't see why Nikki would have like really stayed around if like the money part wasn't even lining up. Because she keeps saying like on paper they're aligned. You know, like that's what she keeps saying. Like on paper we're perfect, you know? So I would think that is there.
Yeah. Let me
stop who verifies. But you are right. The lifestyle is not adding up. Everything about that, but that could be like a personality thing. Also, too, sometimes when you put so much energy into how things look outwardly, like so how he presents himself to other people, he ain't taking care of home and other things because he ain't got no energy for it because he puts so much out there. So
let's talk about them and Nikki not letting him meet the family. I'm like, Nikki, come on now. Okay.
Nikki said, ain't no promise here, baby. You know, because I'm the same way. If it ain't only one person has ever met my family, like I don't do the whole, because it's just not a thing. And I know for some people, they're like, oh yeah, my people meet all of my partners and stuff like that. But in my household, it's like, if this ain't serious, you're not bringing him around.
Yeah, I mean, it used to be like that for me. I will say that. Like, not my family hadn't met a lot of people until like in my the beginning of my 30s, like the folks I was dealing with then. But it's also those were very long-term relationships, and so they had to. You know what I'm saying? They had to.
Yeah.
But I do see the I think there's something too when you're not like introducing them to the family, and like what Cameron said or whoever said, it's like, cut the shit. She don't like him. That's how I feel. I feel like she doesn't like him, and she keeps trying to make an intellectual decision, you know what I'm saying, like on a person she doesn't like. Because like even if you're turned on by, not to get back to the sexual component, even if you're turned on by that piece, and it's like she's putting together the pieces of a robot, but not, the spirit ain't there. You know what I'm saying? Right. You gotta have a spirit of like, this is my man. It's like you need to be in the energy of feeling like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I feel like she's trying to manufacture, okay, build the robot, build the man. This is the pieces that I want. They're sufficient. And so I'm just going to move forward. And I guess also like she is in her mid 40s. And so I can see like, you know, because like I'm in my late 30s, and I can see like where you start getting that like that moment of like, should I compromise or should I not compromise? But I think she that compromise line has dropped too far down. To me personally,
Yeah.
I think. And it's like, what you gonna compromise on? Is it maybe the height? But it's like he came with this energy that I feel like is just, I don't like it. I don't
Yeah. The
like it. I don't
combativeness, the
like it.
arguments. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I don't
lot.
like it
It's a
for
lot.
her,
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if
We'll
she picks
see.
it,
I don't
that's
think
what
they're
she
going to
picks.
say. I think also, too, with Nikki not bringing him around her family, it might be a little bit of embarrassment. You know, like
Facts.
you don't know what this man gonna say, what he gonna do. He talking about some, my don't be afraid if my mom fall in love with you. And she's like, I don't know if that's gonna
Yeah.
happen. One, I don't talk too much shit about you,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
Um, but two, I don't know. I don't
No, yeah.
know. So,
Yeah. Um
child, I ain't got too much left on him now.
the only other thing that I want to discuss with them is like the couples dinner, because they was involved in a couple things. Like he got into it
Yeah,
with
Adam.
Adam, because I was like, that's rude as fuck. Don't talk about Adam like that, because Adam, it's not giving a lack of vocabulary. I think he's trying to have like swag, he's trying to be like a cool guy, blah 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 blah. And so I don't think it's an issue of vocabulary, but I do think that what Sean was trying to say was there was some merit to it. He just said it in a douchey way. Like, don't be talking about somebody ain't got no vocabulary, you arrogant ass. Like,
Well, he said emotional intelligence. And I think he was saying
but
his
he also said
vocabulary
vocabulary.
in the realm of emotional
He said when
intelligence.
you
Like
don't have the vocabulary to express how you feel.
that's emotional intelligence, though. Like that's
Well,
part of it. I don't think he was saying like you're lacking vocabulary because you're IQ. Because he said I'm not
mm,
speaking to you academically. I think that you're probably excellent academically, but there's something to the point of you keep
mm,
taking away the seriousness of what
mm,
you're saying and like glazing over with this vibes and oh yeah, good talk, and like not actually going deep, because that
yeah,
is the issue that your partner keeps bringing up, that you guys aren't doing the emotional things. You guys aren't having the difficult conversations.
I can see
And so
that.
I think everything he said was valid, to be quite honest.
Well,
I
I
was with him.
guess I gotta hear it again. But the way I took it, and I may have just taken it a little wrong, but I felt like when he said that, he was speaking to his. I think it was a dig. It was I gotta hear it again, but it felt like a dig. That's the point. What I'm trying to say. But I do get what you're saying. That what he may be saying is you don't have the vocabulary, the emotional intelligence vocabulary, like what you're saying, that he
Hmm.
doesn't have that ability to reach for the words to describe what he's feeling.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
I
everybody
don't
heard
even actually think that
vocabulary.
that's what it is. Like,
Yeah, I think everybody heard vocabulary and just kind of was like, oh, what a dig, what a dig. But it might not even be that's what it is. Like, I think
I,
that
actually, I take it
he,
back. I don't know if I feel like
I think
that's
Adam
accurate for
does have
him.
the vocabulary to speak on it, but they have not seen it because he's constantly in this like jokey stand, like this jokey space. And I think if
Yeah,
Sean would have just said like, it just does not seem like you reached for it. Like
for
you
it.
have it, but you don't reach for it, and like that is what seems like it's missing in these conversations to know. And the whole dig piece of it, they all digging at each other.
Yeah,
Adam
but
called what's his name a clown. You
I
know what I'm
guess
saying?
from,
Like
but I guess from Sean, it's like you came in here. I think that Adam was well within his right to feel how you felt, because I think that I rewind what I just said. I don't think that when he says vocabulary, he is speaking about his vocabulary to touch on it. I think what you said just now is what he should have said, is that you're not reaching for what you're deeper feeling. That's something different than not having the vocabulary to
mhm.
express what you're feeling. And so I think it was a dig, and I actually do not. And I think like he's a high horser. He likes to sit on his high horse. He likes to humble Nikki. He now they on the same team, so he looking for somebody else to humble.
They're both
Okay,
high horsers. Sean and Adam are both high
no
horses. So
facts,
that
facts.
was a high horse coming for a high horse. And them two, that's oil and water, baby. It don't
No, yeah,
mix.
no, I
Like,
facts, facts. I think that's why he
yeah.
took it so hard as well.
If
But I,
Cameron would have said it, Adam probably would have took it well, to be quite
if
honest.
who
Or Cameron, he would have took it well, or he would have been able to have a more calm.
reflective
Yeah.
view of it. Yeah,
It might
yeah.
not even been reflective because Adam is most definitely stuck in his ways. He's not reflecting on shit at this
Well, I
point.
think he does reflect, but I think he
It
has
don't cut his action.
he has the rigidity that he's unwilling to really adjust his behavior fully.
Yeah.
Like it's, we were talking earlier, like a factory reset. Like I think that he needs a little bit of a factory reset in some of the areas where he's just so rigid. Because even, and I'm not trying to get into their situation, but even on that date, trying to have her do push-ups, it's like he's trying to do her thing, but he can't help but to do his thing.
Well, let's
and
go
so,
into them because I don't have anything else on Sean and Nikki.
on Sean and Nikki. Is that what we were on? Well, no,
Yeah.
I do. I wanted to say one thing last thing on Sean and Nikki, then let's go to them. Is that everybody's faces when he was like, have a bath, like Mecca and them was like,
yeah.
Like Felipe looked like, what the fuck? Like
Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny watching everybody's reactions to him talking about like, look, a little touch, a little bath together. She about to what? And everyone just had all these different reactions. I thought that was funny.
Yes, because Sean was trying to find the solutions. What's the solutions to no sex? Like
when are you getting on my shit? When you laying down, girl?
Right. He said something, a little pet, a little stroke, a little lick, a little something, maybe a little tickle. Okay. Anything.
I could see her taking that little feather that they was doing the little thing with. All right, there you go. You're done.
Right.
You're pleased.
You're done. But what's interesting is Bella, just as a side note, Bella was kind of sticking up for him when her and Mecca were in the car. Mecca was like, no, he was being serious. Like those are the things he actually wants to do. And Bella was like, no, I think he was just coming up with examples of things to do.
And she's like, of the things he wants to do.
Wants to do, right.
Like, who don't, and it's simple shit. It's simple shit. Who don't want to have a little bath? You know what I'm saying? With their little loved one.
I'm jumping into the bath. You asked me to go take a bath. We bathing, baby. We showering. We doing all the things. What you
It's just weird to think about it with them because everybody knows that they not fucking with each other like that. Or she's not fucking with him. And
it comes off cringe. It just comes off cringe when it's not mutual. It will always come off cringe.
Normal thing.
Yeah.
But anyway,
let's get into Marissa and Adam. Yes, like you said, the push-ups on the boat was so like, and I'm at the point now where I'm like, Marissa, you're having the experience you're having because you are being too compliant. At the end of the day, you're not speaking up enough. When the push-ups came up, she should have said, I'm not doing that shit. We relaxing on the boat.
I know. Sit your ass down in your
you
swim
do the
socks.
push-ups and I'll count. Or I'll sit on you while you do the push-ups. I'm not finna get up here and do the push-ups. You want to be so intense.
Right. Let's see how far you go down now. With me on you, big daddy, okay?
Right. No, literally. I'm like, girl, you're not saying low enough. Even her, when it came out that she booked the pickleball lessons with her friends. That's what he said at the dinner. He was like, she's booked pickleball lessons so that we can meet in the middle. He was going down a list of things she's done for her to meet him, but nothing that he's specifically done to meet her besides I'm just gonna try to like lower my intensity. So I'm like,
and I guess he did the dates, but it's just like he did the hot tub date and then they had a little dinner date or something. But he was dressed casual as fuck. Like you see she in a silk dress with her little Carmen Sandiego, wear the Carmen Sandiego jacket on, like, and his ass looking like he's on the couch. He don't.
It don't give.
Somebody pointed that out too about how he showed up. Like I think it was Felipe the first.
Yeah, yeah, right.
It's like he either has a flashy dress or he is comfortable as fuck.
Yeah. It's whatever he wants to do. That's what it is. So yeah, Marissa, she needs to speak up a little bit more. That's about the basis of what I have.
I'm trying to figure out what his parents said. Why? It's been like a month. These bitches, they got bread. They been gone. Ain't nobody been around.
Yeah, Cameron's people out of town too. They be traveling, baby. They be gone for months. Hell, when I was in Thailand, I met a family, and they said they was going all over Asia with their kids for the summer.
Facts. That's nice.
Granted, they was from Australia, but they be traveling.
To your point earlier about like Marissa not being vocal, it's like also she keeps talking about she wants him mature, but she responds to everything with a laugh. Like he'll be like, whatever, bringing the serious conversation into jokey land, and she'll be like, ha ha ha, and then she'll like
Right.
hit him back with a joke. And so she does have to kind of stand a little firm in what it is that she wants. But let's talk about the icks a little bit too, because I'm like, Adam lacks self-awareness, because the fact that he was eating that ham hock, whatever it was, pork
The
chops, what
steak.
was it? Steak,
It's a steak.
like a
The
caveman.
T-bone
And
steak.
he I
Half
don't eat
raw.
steak, so yeah. Is he doesn't have self-awareness, and he was, so you have any eggs? And when she said the pickleball intensity, he was really, he thinks that the world is operating, and I hate to say it is kind of like that, white male privilege, thinks the world is operating off of like what you think is right, and
Yeah.
so he's just like, how, what do you have as an ick? My intensity? That's like so amazing. It's the amazing thing about me. And so it's interesting with him.
Even the finger, when she said, you eating your food with your hands, and he proceeds to say, well, anything else besides that, and picks up his broccolini with his hands. Like, it's, I'm like, Marissa, just go ahead and bow out. Just say no. Allow that to be the thing that you do to advocate for yourself in this
Yeah.
relationship, is to just say no on decision day. And I hope she does, because I'm like, girl,
Yeah.
he's not getting it. And it goes back to what I said in the last drop of episodes. I just don't know if the capacity is there. Just seeing how on and like repetitive
Yeah.
and rigid he is, it just
Yeah.
really seems like there's something else potentially going on.
Mm.
Um, because yeah, he's in his own world.
Yeah, and he keeps comparing her to his ex. I'm like, one time is enough. It's like he in that Mecca and Bella category for me, where Mecca keeps bringing up like, oh, the attraction. It's like at a certain point, do you not hear yourself? You know what I'm saying? Do
Yeah,
you not hear yourself? Like, it's
yeah,
a problem. Why you keep bringing up your ex? Like, that's a
yeah.
problem.
Mhm.
It's a
And I'm
problem.
like, I don't know how. It just came to me. I'm like, how we keep forgetting that in the beginning, the expert had to make him call another woman and say, "Hey, I'm going on the show," because you had been actively dating somebody that you felt like, oh, it wasn't serious. So, but the girl was shocked. The girl was shocked.
Mm.
Did that
Yeah,
girl ever come forward? I need to know. I need to go do some digging.
yeah, no, I'm like, did she come forward with the story? Because we want to know what's going on. I also want to go back to this. He's been wanting to get married since 18 and 19. Like, I'm not trying to say that's a red flag or a problem. I guess because I have siblings, right? And I feel like my parents have a very healthy marriage. My brothers have, for the most part, always kind of wanted to be married, right? But there's a balance to it. Like, they be out here dating though. You know what I'm saying? They not out here every girl like trying to make it the one. And so when you start getting a little obsessive and it's like, oh, I've been wanting to get married since I was 19, like, why? What's it about? You know what I'm saying? What's it about? And I'm not trying to say like, what's it about? I just need to get to the bottom of that, because it feels like he wants to do a add person and stir, like, to my life. Like, my life is already great. Like, just add person, and now that's completes me. And so I'd like to see what is the issue, like what's driving that desire to be married, because it's starting to give me red flags. And I'm not trying to say just because a man wants to get married and has wanted to get married since he was younger that that's a red flag. It's not that. It's just that when you couple that with his rigid personality and the way he operates, because the happiest couples I see, or the happiest women. Let me say that the happiest women, and the men be happy too. So I say happy couple. I see the man is flexible. That husband is flexible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He yields. He does kind of like what Caitlin's daddy was talking about. It's like you may not like it, but hey, we doing it because I really value having her in my life. I value making her happy, and so that's the common thread I see. I see it in my dad. I see it in like other couples, and so it's just like, you so rigid. Why do you want to be in marriage? Because marriage is a union of serving the
Yeah.
other, you know?
Yeah, I think it's a red flag that he's been wanting to be married since 18, 19, and actively pursuing that and is not married. Because
Yeah,
in my
yeah.
opinion, I feel like as a man, if you're ready for that and that's what you're looking for, it should be no issue, especially as a white man and you're an attractive white man who seemingly does well for himself. And it seems like you got a lot of free time, the way that you be, you know what I'm saying? So you should have a lot of space, you know what I'm saying, to pour into someone else. Um, So yeah, I see it as a red flag. I saw it as a red flag when he said it. Like, why
Mm-hmm.
haven't you been married then? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's happening? Or at least had a marriage. Like, it'd be one thing if he was married already and it didn't work out. But you mean to tell me you in 2026 can't find a wife? Like, can't
Yeah.
nobody tell me that. I'm sorry, you can't.
Yeah. I'm hoping that Marissa says no, because I definitely think that she will silently die. I'm like, this is a 80s, 70s, 80s, 60s, 50s marriage problem. The woman
Yeah,
not being able to vocalize. You know what I'm saying? Like, the women who come before us suffer through this
right.
type of marriage so that you don't have to, Marissa. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
you in the modern era. Come on, girl. Vocalize what you need to say and move on, because she can find somebody.
Literally.
She's very attractive, conventionally attractive, and very pretty. So it's like, you gonna find somebody, girl. You ain't gotta be here. And I'm also wondering what work she's doing again on that abusive relationship she was in. I call it abusive. Anytime you
Yeah,
gotta be like, I'm gonna get in trouble because I did some shit around the house, forgot something, didn't do the line, whatever she said.
yeah,
Housework, it's a problem. It's a
yeah.
problem. So you need
No,
to unpack that, because that's keeping her in this dynamic where she's
yeah.
clearly uncomfortable.
And I think you can tell that it's impacting her because she got up too quick to do the push-ups. She got up way
I
too quick. I said, "Oh, you didn't even think about that." She said, "Okay, I'm doing it. I'm getting lower. What do you mean?"
know. Right.
I was like, "Nigga, sorry." I would have been like, "I did the damn push-up. Now leave me alone. Like, you
You
ain't
know.
finna
Yeah, no,
military
I
me
thought
into
that
these
too.
push-ups."
I thought that too. I was like, how did he get you to do this push up? Because like, I done been with men like that who are just so animated in their own shit that they don't leave room for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
Yes.
how we talk about with Mecca and Bell, that his emotional stuff doesn't leave room for her. Like, this man's hobbies and all this other stuff doesn't leave room for her. And it's just like, you gotta just be like, nah, I'm not doing that. Like, I remember one time a dude got upset with me because he was a bowling fanatic, and I was like, I hate bowling. He's like, you didn't even give it a try. And I'm like, Nick,
I
like,
hate
oh,
bowling. Yes, I said I hate bowling.
I
That means this
yeah.
is a thing we're not doing together.
Yeah, have your own hobby. He had his only shoes, and I said, like, I will never be at a bowling alley other than to support the group that decision to go. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I'm like, I went with him. I'm like, you look, it's
Yeah,
people
too
like
much.
that.
It's a no.
Yeah.
But yeah, alrighty, let's go ahead and go into Michelle and Cameron, our little lovebirds. We talked a little bit about them in our recap about Mecca and Bella, so make sure you check that out if you haven't
Mm-hmm.
already. But I guess we could just start there with just it seems like he has depression or struggles with depression because he said
Mm-hmm.
I could be a sad
Yeah.
person. And it seems like, Michelle has, for the very least what we see, and well, he also spoke on it. He said she took care of me.
Yeah.
Um,
And he
but
said
yeah,
took things off his plate that day, and that's why I
yeah,
said this is my hot take, okay? In the Bella and Mecca thing, I feel like Belle and Michelle are operating with similar men in the sense of they're bringing something, and these women are their like sort of cheerleaders in that regard. But the difference,
mm,
and the huge difference in how we are treating Cameron versus like Mecca, is like Cameron's all in, and Cameron is here. He wants this woman, and he's choosing
yeah,
her, and I think that makes a big difference as to like how much you deal with a person, because like, it's not just this depression that Cameron has brought up in terms of that's been kind of like she had to coach him out of it. It was also the insecurity about his income and things like that. He was in the beginning, we was like, why you even sign up for the show? But she's so, and I mentioned that in the episode, how she responds to him in such, and I'm like, let me take notes, because she responds in such a soft, reassuring way, instead of when he said that it makes me want to run for the hills, but I'm here because she didn't say like, if you're so scared of commitment, what the fuck you sign up for the show? She said, how'd you end up on a show like this if that's your, she just is
yeah,
sweet in how she says things and how she does. And so I feel like she's that reassuring type like Belle. And I think that people aren't coming for Cameron because he shows up and he clearly likes her. He
hmm,
clearly is choosing her. And I think that's good. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to ask people to come for him.
yeah,
I just, defending my own,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think the
not you.
other
Yeah,
thing
yeah,
too.
yeah.
I'm crying. I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah.
I think the other thing too, though, here is like, and I said this in the Mecca and Bella breakdown,
Hmm.
is that Cameron's shit is not taking up so much space that there's no room for love and reciprocity
Hmm.
in the relationship from what we have seen. Now, the
Hmm.
one thing that I think is that we have not seen is a space where Michelle has felt down because she has been such a positive person just in general,
Hmm.
and how he responds to her having big emotions.
Hmm.
Um, and so we don't know if that reciprocity truly is there, but he does so much reassuring
Yeah.
of how he feels about her,
Yeah.
not only through his words but with his actions. I don't know if there's been anything where Michelle could be like, oh, this scares me a little bit in terms of what they have as a union. We just haven't seen Michelle have a bad day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
But I
they're
mean,
not.
I think he's done stuff that could scare her. Like she even said in this when he was talking about the before we went and visited her family, her aunt. He was talking about being scared. Like, how do you keep it for 20 years? And she was like, and it
Yeah,
gives me a little bit of anxiety or whatever. So he
I
does
felt like
things,
that
but
was
I think,
manufactured.
huh?
I felt like that was
Oh,
manufactured.
I didn't, because that man started from the beginning talking about he ain't been in a relationship for over 6 months. Like this ain't manufactured. This man is going in uncharted territory and just voicing this is the concern I have because he's in
Oh,
uncharted territory. It's
yeah.
unknown. I don't think it's manufactured at all. I think that man. I think he is. You know how sometimes you get to a space. I remember one time when the one of the times in my life as an adult that I was really like in love. I remember the first time I realized I was in love is that we were walking across the street and he was walking on the outside, you know, how the man's supposed to do, okay? And a car was coming by and I was like, oh, this car can't come by. They come by all fast because if they swipe him out of my life right now, I will be so like devastated. He is what I want. And I think that like that thought in like if I lose this from her, is that would be so devastating or that's not what I want because it's so good right now. I think that's what's coming up in his head. You know what I'm saying? Like because he's so feeling it, you know? And so I think it was real. I think it's
Hmm.
natural that when you have sometimes you're at the height of the great feelings, you're like, oh, what if this goes away or what if it doesn't, you know? And it's just I think it's real. I think that's his real
Yeah.
fears. You know, we
Mhm.
just be trying to minimize it because, again, like I said, we ain't minimizing it
No.
with Mecca because Mecca ain't choosing Bill, and that's a problem as it is. But with him, he's choosing her, and that's a very important quality for a man. It's almost one of the top important qualities that he has to like you. He has to choose you. Everything
Hmm.
else you could probably work with. Trauma can be worked with. This depression can be worked with. But if he don't like you, we not manufacturing like from a man.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just
I
it's not
thought
gonna
it
happen.
was. I thought the conversation specifically about will passion die was manufactured. And I
What?
felt like it was
Say
about
that
the
again.
passion. If the passion dies, I felt like that specifically, that concern that he raised was a manufactured concern in conversation because he said he didn't think about it until like Felipe brought it up, but he also challenged Felipe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
he
said
did.
you just commit and you just, you know what I'm saying? Like you show up. So it's like you're challenging Felipe, but you also have this thought. I think it was like we need something from you guys. So, you guys aren't having any issues. That's what I felt. That's the feeling that came over me because I was just like, he
I
just
can
challenged
see
Felipe
it.
with this conversation. So why is he bringing up this conversation and using Felipe as the one that put it in his head when he looks at Felipe as a joke?
Yeah,
Like,
it is plausible. I could see a producer cutting. It is plausible. However, I think that it's also plausible that he maybe use that vocabulary, but I think that thinking of is this always going to be like this? Because this man is literally walking in uncharted territory. He's in the land
they're
of
all
the
walking in
unknown.
uncharted
But
territory.
but no, 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 no. Not the way this man who is what is he 30 something and ain't been in a relationship over 6 months. Come on, come on. This is uncharted territory for him.
Yeah.
30s, like you know what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say it's not it's particular. It's specifically the same way you talk about Adam. Like there's something particular to men because they're in the position to choose and pick a woman, or most women want to, they want to be, they're relationship minded. The fact that you as a man, it's something to that. I don't know. It's something to that. But look, we don't know. Look, we just guessing. We guessing. So let's move on. Unless you got anything else on them, let's go to Caitlin and Derek.
I
mean, this is what my thoughts. They got progress.
Yeah.
But the progress is like, are you gonna get there in time?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so. I was like, at the end of these episodes, I was like, maybe they'll decide to date, but also too, they had that moment at the table where she immediately just like was like, oh, that's not the right thing to say, and I'm like, girl, she's a lot. She's a lot. I think she's a lot. She has a lot of things that I think Devin has to like tiptoe around, and I don't think she realizes how like just like uptight she is, and like how on and anxious and like trying to keep things buttoned up that she does. So we'll see. I was thinking maybe they'll decide to just date after this instead of getting married, but and off the strength that I'm like, Devin, you seem like you just can't let it go.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. No, you're worth king. Okay.
Yeah, literally. It's like, whoa. Even when she was talking about like the things that she does want physically, and she was like, you could just like sit across from me and I could just put my feet on you. It's like, she don't want no lean in. She don't want no, like, it's not giving y'all finna be cuddly and like lovey dovey. She's far from it, like.
It's interesting. I don't know what to do with her because there's elements of her that I do like. Like, I like what she's like very firm about her opinions on things. Like, she was like, Tori, I'm gonna call Filipe out on his shit if he says he wants to fuck other women one more time, She's very, like, even at that dinner, and she's like, watch yourself. Like, she's not afraid to, it feels like she's not afraid to lose a man. And I feel like any woman who's not afraid to lose a man is free. You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to say, like, in a sense of, like, be hyper independent as she is, but I think that doesn't mean throw the baby out with the bathwater. There's something about her that is self-possessed, and I think that is good. But like, she goes so far. Like, some of the things that she was talking about in the talk with her dad, the lunch they had, about like now she's like trying to maybe bring him coffee or like let him know when she's leaving. I'm like, hell fucking yeah, girl. Like, this is the shit that I can't understand. Yeah. How you, like, I dated somebody who used to like, I used to be like, good morning. Cause it's like they wake up and they, I guess in their household, they don't do that. But it's like, good morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, why don't you walk into the room and say hi? Why don't you do certain things? And that I'm not leaving the house and not telling me when you leaving the house, that's that shit that fault that he used to do. And so I'm like, I feel like for her, there's some basic learning things that are just common courtesy things that she needs to learn to do. But at the same time, I like her. I do like her, an opinionated woman. I like aspects of her. Let me say that.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm not really too much a fan of her. She gives me and I don't know how long she's been single, but she gives someone who like may have been single too long that like muscle for consideration isn't there. And even in her, like, yes, be a great friend, but even in her opinionated statements, it's just, I could do without him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think they turn the tide in a positive way to like grow their relationship. I don't think they turn the tide in her being a good communicator. I think it's just, she's reactionary and she reacts when she wants to react. And that's just what she's doing. I don't, I
actually would agree with that. I went a little too far when I was saying that I like her. It's not that, but it's like, I like a vocal woman. And I was realizing in Caitlin, she is vocal and she does have boundaries. And I don't know if it's from like lacking boundaries with whatever traumatic situation she had before. And so I don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater with her. And it seems like she's trying to shift. So I'm like, okay, I'm turning a little bit of a corner on her, but I just, like I said, I don't think they're going to make it there in 2
Yeah.
weeks. It's
Yeah.
so
I don't
dating
even
might
call
be
them.
all right for them if there is like if they're both kind of all in on the process
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
like getting to know each other and
Hmm.
your face
Yeah, like I
hilarious.
said,
But
I think if
anyway,
they do it, it'll just be because Devin just can't let go, and he's just like, let's just try this, just
mm,
try, let's just try.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah,
I can see
he's,
that.
ugh, I don't know. Even
Speaking
the
of can't
boundaries,
let
I don't even give her boundaries. I give her like
oh,
rigid. I think she's rigid. I don't know
Bridget.
if it's a boundary
Mm,
because boundaries are typically, in my opinion, things that you want to set so that someone can stay in your life, and like
mm-hmm.
this is what what you're able to tolerate, so that we can be in sync with one another. It's not a it's like her boundary is like if you do this you're out almost. It's
But
like
that is like kind of like I don't know. I think it's all I look at boundaries as like what you said, but also like the primary goal of a boundary is to protect me.
I will also say with them, the thing that she had mentioned at the dinner that she had an issue with was him saying that like if something isn't happening in the relationship where there's not like there's
Mm,
inadequate sex or in that there's
mm,
someone that's not being fulfilled, that it opens up the door for someone to step out of the marriage. And I think she took that a little too personally because it
mm,
did seem like he was speaking generally, because he had
yeah,
already said like I can continue this relationship without having sex, but
yeah,
she immediately was like, oh no, you're a cheater, fuck you. That's why I
yeah,
said like she's very reactionary because she just
yeah.
like hears certain buzzwords and she's just like hell no. Or when she was
Mm-hmm.
like, well, I'm speaking to Felipe, it's like, well girl, like it's not
Mm-hmm.
it's not that deep right now, this conversation. And he's not even talking about your experience. Like he did what he was supposed to do when he affirmed there's no pressure for you to have sex, and
Yeah.
yes, I am willing to learn each other, do whatever we need to do after or once we get to that point, because y'all
Mm-hmm.
have already had sex. Y'all had sex on the honeymoon. So if there
Oh, they
was,
did.
yes,
Oh, and then that's what she was saying. We were pulling back.
back, yes, that's why I'm like, girl, like you
Oh.
jumping the gun, but it's like y'all already had sex, so there's like nothing to even talk about in
Mm,
this,
mm.
so
Yeah, she a trip.
she is.
But let's get to the last couple. Also a trip, Courtney and Nick.
Yeah, they broke up, thank God.
Yeah, thank God.
That whole
Oh,
conversation, I was just like, somebody pull the trigger, please. Somebody just say, yeah, no, it's not going to work. Both
yeah.
of you guys trying to be agreeable. I don't know what this is. But to me, Courtney is mean. Courtney,
Yes.
like, at the end when she was like, I don't know why you're crying. Like, I would have loved to see these. She's like, I would have loved to see these emotions before.
I
Like,
know.
I'm like, Courtney, girl, I hope. Again, I hope, I keep saying this, I hope that when she watches this back,
She
that
sees.
she has been able to do a lot of self-reflection. That's the only thing I want to hear from her at the reunion,
Mm-hmm.
is how much self-reflection she has been doing.
The way she put that little "Why did I get? Who the fuck did I marry?" part one on her social media is given that she's not self-reflecting, and it's like I want to be in the comments like, who the fuck did he marry? Because that's who the fuck should be talking about some shit. I literally wrote in my notes, I said she is like pent up and ready to just curse out someone, so she just finds any reason to be like, fuck you, man. And it's like,
Yes.
to your point about her being mean, that's how I feel. And so I think everything he said about her nitpicking all of the way he is, I think that's valid. I think she not even running, like she took one thing that possibly has merit to it about how he's showing up and whether
Mhm.
he's showing up as his genuine self, and she drove a car through it. And
Yes.
it's like I actually do think he's showing up as his genuine self. And I think what he said about, I mean, I think he's showing up like what he said as like, this is the level that I show up at when I know you at this much. I'm not
Right.
giving you everything. It's like, I believe him when he's saying that. I don't
Mhm.
think he's putting on. I think the issue with that statement though is like, bruh, you're married to her, so you gotta kind of like you gotta let things unfold a little bit more. And so it's like I do think there's something there, and the experts pointed it out how he's trying to be perfect with his responses or whatever. But I think that she has come from day dot with a attack, 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 and like,
Yeah.
what's the problem here? And everything's a problem, and this nervous energy that makes somebody be like, all right, let me chill. Let me just see what the hurricane is right here so I can see how to move
Yeah.
around it. Like, that's what it feels like he's been doing.
Yeah,
And
and I wish he
so,
would have. I mean, he kind of did say that, but I wish he could have been more clear. And when you're in a space with somebody who's always ready to attack and like jump
hmm
on you, it can make you nervous or like lose your words or not be able to be clear
hmm
because you're so worried about how somebody is going to take what you say and stir it and mix it and make it something else, right? And so I
yeah,
think there's just this natural energy that Nick was moving with because he's just like, I don't know what is acceptable. I don't know what to do. And
yeah,
yet, no, you're getting the authentic me that is the authentic me when I'm with somebody who's constantly shutting me down. I wish they
hmm
would have showed all the times that she was like, oh, no, and no, and oh, I actually hate that.
yeah,
And, oh, why were you saying that? Cringe. I need this. I need that because it's like they just she needs to see it. She needs to see it because
yeah,
I was like, there's no way, Courtney, that you think that you have provided a space for someone to be genuine
hmm
around you when
yeah,
somebody has to constantly like respond to your temperature and where you're at. It's like we have to do a check in every day. Is it stormy outside? Is it sunny? Is it
yeah,
raining? Is there a tornado? What's happening? Because I don't know how to be here. Like,
yeah,
and I wish Nick just would have said that even in the group session with the experts, but instead he just like kind of went into himself, which often
yeah.
happens. And then you're talking about you're dropping f bombs and stuff. Like,
I
Mikhail,
know.
you just want to be here to. I'm like, girl,
I
that's why you're here. I've been saying that. I'm like, this is anything has been group therapy for her and a learning lesson. Like
know.
that's what it's been this entire time.
Yeah, and I thought that was just such a rude thing to do to someone, and
Yeah.
just such a clear example of your bullshit, girl.
Yes.
Like tell him something, fuck you, because he said it's like,
I wish they would have
uh,
called her out for that, like,
yeah.
and been like, "Well, I think this is exactly what he's
He's
talking
talking
about."
about.
Like,
I
no,
want him to leave her, and that's the only kudos I'll give her is that she called it. I like that's
yeah,
the only kudos I give her is that like she called it, and that takes bravery. And I do think that Nick was being a punk by not calling it,
yes,
but
yes,
at the end of the day, there's nothing else to do but call it, you know? So
literally,
it was gonna have to
literally,
happen at one point or other. And he kind of inched at it, but I do think there's something about him that's a tad bit cowardly in that regard, because he said when she was like curling her hair and they were having that discussion, he was on the bed, he was like, I don't see how this is gonna work long term if this is,
yeah,
and it's like, yeah, you're there, so just call it. But
call
I
it.
understand it's difficult sometimes to leave a relationship and to cut something out, even when it's not working. It's difficult.
Yeah,
So I give her credit for calling it, because they just needed to call it, and that's
yeah,
all she
agreed.
wrote.
Yes, well, I think that is everything for these couples. Again, make sure you drop your thoughts in the comments and go check out our deep dive on Mecca and Bella. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. Find us at Black Girls Talking TV on Instagram and TikTok. Share with a friend, and we will catch you for the next drop of episodes. Bye.
Bye.